We've got high levels of unemployment in this area, but what can we do about it?
I'm really active in community groups, but it's the same old faces that show up. How can we get more local people involved?
There are lots of problems in the community. How do we fix them?
I'm interested in working with other people from my neighbourhood. How can I do this?
We're a government department that wants to contribute to building better communities. How do we do this in a collaborative way?
People look at Eagleby and see only the problems. They see the unemployed people, crime, graffiti, vandalism, drugs, and so on. Even some of the people who live here see only the problems. Then they want the government to fix it.
We're trying something different in Eagleby. We've decided that it's in our hands and that we can shape our future. Our starting point is to say that people in Eagleby have lots of talents, abilities, ideas, dreams and passions. These are our community's assets.
Assets, we have mountains of, absolute mountains of assets in the area here. We also have mountains of needs, and looking at our needs and our assets, I'm positive that we can find the assets, the manpower in Eagleby itself to fulfil those needs.
We had a lady here who loves to write poetry and gets all her inspiration if she's sitting by a waterfall. We've got somebody that just loves serving people. We've got Marky who is disabled and loves to help disabled people. And we have another man here who loves to do bunker punching, and that's a kind of embroidery.
We believe that the people are the most important resource. We're building on things that the people are already doing or things that they would like to do. It's not about what the problems are or what needs to be fixed. It's about what we can do. So we ask people what they can do. We ask people about what they can contribute.
To connect with people and find out more about them, we held an Ideas Festival. First of all, we asked people what they could do.
I do a few things. I'm not sure whether these things help. I'm into historical heritage and identity of the areas as well.
We went for a more personal approach because you've got to start small. We wrote about things we like doing, like skating, computers, travelling, flying, partying, clubbing, dancing, singing, acting, building, whatever we like to do in life, we wrote about that. Cars, athletics, working, outdoors, meeting people, like social skills, art, music, playing and listening, drag racing and shopping.
Then we asked people what they would like to do or what they would like to learn.
We'd love to have cooking classes. We'd like to learn how to make a waterfall so that our poet could write poetry. We'd like to have a community garden. We'd like to learn about aromatherapy, desktop publishing, and how to use the internet. I'm sure we could all learn a little bit more about using the internet, how to use the email. Somebody here wants to learn how to make concrete garden ornaments.
Based on what people can do and what they would like to do, we all brainstormed ideas for possible projects.
Hang on a minute, this all sounds fine, but how do we reach those other people who are out there?
People can be reached in different ways. We found that having an information stall in the local shopping centre was a good way to connect with people.
But what if we go out there and talk face to face, but only 6 people come on the day?
We found that the people who turn up really want to be there, and that it is better to have a small number of people who are really passionate about their community. More people will become interested as things start happening.
All right, so once we've got our ideas, how do we turn them into reality?
4, 5, 6. Okay, now that's the group who are interested in rivers and fishing. Hey, everyone, make sure you leave your contact details on the forms for each idea that you're interested in working on.
People with common ideas got into groups to talk about where to go next.
That's my suggestion, is to talk to the kids and say, hey, listen, what is what? There's no good telling them what to do because they're only going to rebel against authority. I do. You tell me what to do and I say, yeah, sorry, Jack, but.
The group of local people interested in building a community garden went on a bus trip to Northey Street City Farm to learn from their experiences.
See what they did with the path back there? They've actually dug it out 400 and put, that's all full of bark chip. So that when it rains, it actually holds the water and actually soaks back into the garden later. So she said it not only acts as a path, it acts as a storage, which is brilliant.
You have a mango tree where you have morning tea every day, and that's where the real decision is made. That's one answer.
We talked about that very much. There's an under the mango tree. You put management group on it, but it's just this group of people who are talking to one another and making decisions. You can be talking about 50 acres, or you can be talking about a quarter of an acre and get the same result for the people that are involved. You know? So it's about the people who are in it and what you really want.
Northey Street is an established community garden. We're also learning from new community gardens like one in Latrobe Valley in Victoria. It was started in 1999 by local residents using the same asset-based approach as we are here in Eagleby.
I think that what's attracted people in the first place was that wanting to work together. And then, you know, even through the tough times, you just keep going. Get tired, and I know Janice got pretty sick for a while, but I think it's just that spirit, people wanting to do it together and just keep on going. It seems to be the dream of it actually happening and being a part of it. I think, and people must just get a lot out of coming together. I mean, we have our open days, we have barbecues that come down and do work on the site, and just, I don't know, it's just being together and working together. It's just keep coming.
And if I didn't have this, I wouldn't have any company. Because where do I go? I don't go out, can't jump around anymore. It's made me think, it's made me do something about my health, which I would never have done. Maybe used to go to rehab. What do I want a bloody rehab for? But I did.
I take all the ideas I got through here. I mean, in the years we've been going, I've learned so many things on trips to Ceres and other places. But I actually went home and did all the things I'd planned for here while I was waiting at home. And it's going to feed back because I built a worm farm at home out of an old washing machine casing. I picked up several casings, we did, from Dasma, and to make into worm farms. And I've actually separated out some of my worms at home, so we won't have to buy worms to start up our worm farms here and just bring them down and dump them in. So it's going to feed back in. So there's a great, I don't know what the word is, but mutual benefit anyway from that. They're going to feed off each other, I hope. Broad beans, potatoes, onions, corn and pumpkin we're just growing now. So we've got a few crops in. Some will be kept for seed stock to provide us with more resources in the future. some, I hope, if we get enough, will be donated to local charities for food parcels for underprivileged, and some will be eaten by yours truly.
Another Latrobe Valley project is a community workshed, which is one of the ideas we're working on in Eagleby.
There's still somewhere between 10 to 12,000 former workers who've been now unemployed for 15 years. And they're behind high fences, late model motor car, everything's paid up. We were making Christmas hamper boxes out of old paintings, and every little bit counted.
It's a unique sort of program that's not of the ordinary hobby type. Like a kitchen table at home that needs a slight bit of repairing, and I'm donating that to the centre to be. So we're hoping that others will have furniture and goodness knows what else that they'd either donate to us or would be prepared to fix up a reupholster or whatever, and putting back into the community what we've got out of it ourselves.
There's also a Santa's workshop in the Latrobe Valley that is run by local residents. Like the community garden, it was started in 1999.
We make bits and pieces that we sell. We take orders from people and then charge them the price of the material plus a bit for the board. Well, this year we were here for the 12 months. We were here 2 days a week, right through the year, virtually. And anyone could have come in at any time. We wouldn't have said, oh no, you can't come in now. They're more than welcome to come. We got a piece put on the radio, Carmen did an interview on the local radio, and then they did a follow-up one with me a couple of weeks later, and we've had people come in from that.
Well, it just gives them a bit of a lift. I mean, Latrobe Valley has had a really bad time the past 10 years. You know, it's been extremely difficult here for families, for businesses, for everything. It is really, you know, it's had the gizzards knocked right out of it financially. And it's just starting to lift up now, just starting to pick up. And this year, probably we will see more houses decorated because people are just feeling a bit better about themselves. There's no strict hard and fast rules. You don't, and that's so important because I live in that type of world, being in business. I live in that type of world, and it was so refreshing just to come when you wanted to come, to paint what you wanted to paint, and then to leave when you wanted to leave. And there's no meetings, there's no sitting down, you can't do this and you can't do that, and no minutes for meetings, none of that stuff.
Nothing official.
Nothing official. It is loose.
Very late.
And that's right, and that's why it works. And we have some major stuff-ups. We have some huge stuff-ups, but there's nothing that can't be fixed.
All of the projects we have just seen give us hope that the things we have started in Eagleby will continue. The work has just begun.
We've got groups of people who are working on a rivers and fishing project, a community workshed, and our first newsletter, community newsletter, has already gone out.
We've got local people who are prepared to work on and to run the community gardens, and our local council is prepared to support our project.
These are early days and we have a long way to go. The most important thing to remember is that it's in our hands.